Hey guys, you already know the drill. I'm learning like 2D, and I'm going from there. There we go. I'm still in the eye, and I might go to another tutorial to figure out what's going on, so I can go from there. Because if this one's not working, then I'm going to try another tutorial that's more recent.
Why? But the four corners are still unrigged, so we're going to go to this menu and click Synthesize Corners, and that will take the two parameters you select on there and calculate the corners for you. And now the iris is rolling, then we're going to make the skin around the eye kind of move with the eyeballs. So select IR Smile, right click, select, create a deep
Okay guys, so we gotta go to, where is it? I think I found out my issue. Oh, I don't think none of that is moving now. But it has to be under there or it won't move. We're gonna hit Control Z. Put everything back where I had it. Mm. Okay, wait. I think I gotta restart it from the movement part.
With Lucid, engineering teams don't have to start.
Sorry, guys. Basically, I'm trying to make sure everything's okay, and if anybody have any tips, please let me know. I fixed it yesterday, but I didn't know what I was doing after that, if that makes sense. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm thinking...
Then we're gonna do the eye roll. Select the deformer iris closed.
Just that, select the deformer iris closed. We're just gonna have to delete this one. And then we're gonna have to select it. And we're gonna call this eye roll. Create. And then I remember she said this 8x7. 7. Why is it like that? I have to undo all of this because the reason why is when later on it gets stuck, like really stuck on the thing, and it doesn't consider anything apparent layer. So what I'm thinking is from here all the way to here, this one also needs to be out. Get that out. Basically from here all the way up, I'm gonna have to hit shift. And this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go from there, naming that and naming it iris roll from there and hoping it works. And then this is gonna be 8 by 7, I remember.
And give it another warp deformer, call it iris roll. Adjust the number of Bezier divisions to 2 by 2.
Oh, 2 by 2 and 8 by 7. Okay, and then she said, now go to X. Hit X. Give it. How many deformers? It was 3 actually. Hold on, Control Z. Go to X, give it 3 deformers. Go to Y and give it 3 deformers.
And the second one is depending on your preference. I did 8 by 7. Then add 3 key points to parameters
Hello,
eyeball
welcome to
X
the
and eyeball Y.
Hopefully you're enjoying the stream.
Drag
I'm
eyeball
still
X to
learning
the
on
left.
this.
And move your iris.
Drag X to the left and move your iris to the left. Okay, guys. I think this one actually worked. Wait. It's still under there, guys. We're just gonna cross our fingers and hope it works. Because I already know it's gonna be like, oh, yada yada yada, parent layers, yada yada yada. Thing is, what needs to be a parent layer when all I have to do is after this make sure these are, oh wait, I don't have to worry because this is under that and now it's fine. This is the eye roll. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're good, never mind.
To the left. X is left, right, and Y.
We're gonna squish it a tiny bit, guys. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope this one works. Because remember last time, guys, I literally was crying internally. I was so mad that I didn't know what I was doing.
Y is up, down. You can slightly move the pupil inwards so that it creates a more 3D effect.
Oh, I thought it was outwards. Sorry. Okay. She hit this mirror motion, support horizontally. Pretty much that. You'll see that? It's pretty much like that. Now you see how that is? It's like a nice little... Yes. Okay, cool. And then now what? Hers is more up. So we're gonna move this up. We're gonna kind of move this up too. You know what I mean?
Once we're satisfied with that, we move to eyeball Y, drag eyeball Y to the left,
Drag eyeball Y to the left.
and that is downwards.
And that is downwards.
Drag it to the right, move it upward.
Drag it to the right. And move it upwards. Oops. Now we have this type of motion. Kinda, sorta. Oh. I think I know what happened. I messed it up. And then we're gonna drag this down. Just a little bit. Okay. And now what?
Words. Then, if you go to link parameters over here,
Link parameters over here.
we have established X and Y, but the four corners are still unrigged. So we are going to go to this menu. And click Synthesize Corners.
Go to this menu, synthesize corners.
And that will take the two parameters you select on there and calculate the corners for you.
Okay.
And now the iris is rolling. Then we're gonna make the skin around the eye kind of move the eyeballs. So select iris smile, right click, select.
Select iris smile. Right click.
Create a deformer and call it eye skin.
Create a deformer. Call it Freak. Okay, this is where I had the problems with. Thank you guys, thank you. If anybody has like actual like information on why it does this, let me know. Because it's like, I don't know if it's because this is on its own little layer and I can't really move that in or out. But when I had tried her little tutorial, see, watch. Open and new tab. It's gonna show up. Give it a minute, guys. Okay, here we go. She says, original post. Please create an object, blah, blah, blah. You can view the hierarchies as folders. You can't select things from different folders and try to make them a new photo group altogether. You can only do things to the same folder or parent of the same level hierarchy. So I know what she means. I don't know how to blow the image up a little more, but she's basically saying these are hierarchies. These are in the same hierarchy. This whole group, same hierarchy. These are 3 different hierarchies. So am I supposed to only select and into these for specifically only the iris roll? But if I do the iris roll, I won't be able to do the skin. So I don't know how he had, sorry, I don't know how she, or however they have it. Like, am I supposed to make sure each little thing goes under specifically? See how they're under their own little thing now? But if you look, that's fine. That's fine. I roll. You can see how it has all of that. And then if you look at iris closed, that's that too. But should I don't know. Because it'd break it, wouldn't it? If not, I hope it doesn't break it because I want it to all work, you know what I mean? And now we're gonna try it. And now nothing's moving. You see how that's kind of iffy? But then again, when it comes to the skin, isn't it just the skin? I'm gonna look. Because if it's
And
just
I
the
feel
skin,
like the deformer gave me is a bit big, so I'm going to control and drag the deformer to make it fit the eye a bit more.
see, because she has the iris under there, and that's its own thing. And let me see if that's selected. It's not. Hold on, guys. Hold on, hold on. I'm good. I think I know what's happening. Let me still see if it's good. Yeah, everything needs to go back under eye roll. We're good. We just need to focus on the skin specifically. Watch this. Okay, so this is I smile, right? And then when we hit select, see how these are selected? We don't need any of these selected. The highlights, all of that. We don't need the highlights or anything like that selected. We need the lashes, the gray part, the undershadow. Well, not really. We really don't need that undershadow. We don't need the eyeballs. And then if you look through here, it's like that. And we're gonna try it one more time. Create, and they're not in the same parent thing. Okay. Uh, I have an idea. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna try another tutorial on that. Like, no hate or anything. Like, no hate. But I need another tutorial. I really need another tutorial. Oh, I should probably hide my things. Now you know I live on you somewhere. Oh well. I need more VTubers, obviously. I support VTubers, I'm sorry. I'm a weirdo. Because I want to be one. Because they're so cool. And funny. But that's the personality. I don't have the sponsor, so I have to mute it.
We use the pro version of Light.
Okay, this is where she does it.
Here's an overview of my warps. We have the entire body, and under the entire body, we have the head, hips, torso, neck, legs, and arms. And then under the head, I have hair, mouth, brows, eyes, the face, and my ears. You can separate these images and open up the eye parameter folder. Mine might look overwhelming right now, but we'll go through the basics first and I'll show you my other additional parameters that you can add in yourself. So right now, we're looking at the left eye of the model. A good rule of thumb is, if you're looking at the model and it's on your right side, it's the opposite side for the model. This is why I like to name my layers with arrows instead of left or right, because it gets confusing. So first we're gonna rig the eye opening. Just a simple eye opening and closing. You might notice that my default is when your eyes just open. You don't have to if you don't want to. Basically, the 0 means your eye is closed. 1, the default, is when your eyes just open. And then for 2, or you can put 1.5, that's when your eyes are open, like you're surprised or shocked. It just adds more expression into the eye. So you can change the maximum to 2 or 1.5, as a lot of people like to do. Just press OK, and then your dot should turn to the middle. And it tells you right here that it's at 1. If we go over here, it's at 0. If we go here, it's at 2. So before we can rig any of these to open and close, we need to add art mesh onto it. Select your art, any parameters. You don't have to name this if you're open. So again, I'm gonna select the pupil and the iris, make a new warp deformer, and call this Jiggle X. And then its own warp deformer to the bottom one, which is eyeball Y. Have pupil. But if you're on the free version, you're just gonna want to name this to the next one, which is, I'm selecting everything again. I'm gonna put this into eyeball XY. Now we're gonna navigate to our eyeball X and Y.
This is where I'm at.
There's a lot fancier ways to do this, but this is just a really basic, simple eyeball XY movement. I'm going to add 3 keyframes to eyeball X. Having the eyeball XY parameter selected. Go over to the right, which makes the eye look to the right. So I'm gonna shift and click, drag it, move it over. Over to the left. Shift, click, drag it over. Now it's looking left and right. Looking shifty. We're gonna go to eyeball Y. Add 3 keyframes. To the right, it's gonna go up. And to the left, it's gonna go down. Now it's going up and down. Make sure when you're doing the eyeball Y, you have 0 selected on eyeball X. You're gonna notice that when you look to the right and you try to look up and down, it won't work. Or when you look down, your eye's gonna look crazy when you look left and right. That's because you need to synthesize the corners. We don't have the corners made in yet. So eyeball X, if it's on top, you're gonna wanna click link parameters. And clicking eyeball X will link to the bottom one, which is eyeball Y. Have your parameters selected. Now you're gonna go to these bars over here and you're gonna click on synthesize corners. You don't have to, you can ignore all this for now, but basically all you need to know that it's synthesizing these 4 corners. Press OK. Now our corners will be synthesized. Now if we go to this corner, it'll look in that corner. And if we go to this corner, it'll look in that corner. So now our eyes move. Now we can get a little fancier with it. You don't do this, but when I look to the right, I can make eyes actually as if it's going along a ball. Then turn a little. There's a lot better way to do this. I'm just doing this quick and easy. And then when we look up, I can make it look up. We go down, shift it so it looks down. And then you can relink these, resynthesize the corners. And then it'll be a little more interesting. Of course, as you learn more, you'll understand how to make the eyes fancier and fancier. If you have any eye shines or reflections that are separated, you can also put it to its own warp deformer. For example, if this was a little shiny part of the eye, you can do the same thing. So it goes over here. This is gonna be a child warp deformer of the parent because it's under the parent folder. And it will follow the parent, but you can also move it to make little edits. For example, if this was a shine, I would want this to go on either ends. and it'll change like that. You can repeat the whole process, but for the shines, if you want them to look in different corners and everything, I'm gonna delete all this because I don't need that. But if you do need that, that's all for you. So now I got basic eyeball XY. Now we're gonna do fancy eye physics and stuff if you're into that. I'll just be going over simple eye jiggle. If you like the eyelash jiggles and everything else that jiggles, you can copy what we've done here and just edit everything a little bit to jiggle the way you want it to. So I usually like to make my pupils jiggle a little bit when my eyes open. So again, I'm gonna select the pupil and the iris, make a new warp deformer, and call this jiggle.
Okay. Well, that helps.
X.
Okay, so we're naming it something else, basically. Oh, so cute.
And then while I'm on the same warp deformer, I'm gonna make a new one on top of that.
I hope I'm doing it right.
And call this jiggle Y. This is how I learned it from someone else. There's other ways to do this, but this is personally my favorite way. I think it looks a lot better. So I have my jiggle parameters already. Jiggle X and jiggle Y. All you need to do is click new parameter, and then you can copy mine if you like.
Okay. Do parameter.
Name jiggle X. The ID, honestly, you don't have to name this. If you're doing like a fancy commission, you might want to rename it. But if you're just doing a personal rig like me, just ignore it. My ranges for this one is -1, default 0, maximum +1. And it's the same thing.
Oh, wait.
For my jiggle Y, you can just take your jiggle X and then click.
Okay. Hold on. I still gotta do that one. I'm sorry. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do this like this. And that's one, and that's one, and that's cool. I don't know if it's gonna...
Click replicate parameters, and then edit it and just rename it if you'd like. It's the same thing. Now with jiggle Y selected, I'm gonna add 3 keyforms to jiggle. Jiggle Y. When we go to +1, I'm gonna take the red box, the bounding box. I'm gonna hold down Alt.
Okay.
And Alt will make it so that both opposite sides will...
Oh! Oh. So she cycled all the way to the right. And then Hold down Alt. Oh, fuck.
Will expand and shrink at the same ratio. You can also use Alt on these sides, and you can also use Alt on the corners to make it scale perfectly. But I'm going to use Alt. We're at 1, and I'm just going to drag it up a little bit. Then we're going to go down. Down to -1, and just drag it down a little bit. You can make it more extreme if you'd like, depending on how crazy you want your physics to look. I just like a little jiggle to my eye, so I just did a little bit. Now we go to jiggle X warp at 3 keyforms. At 1 for jiggle X, we're going to expand left and right. And then at -1, we're going to shrink the sides.
Okay, okay.
Let's go like this. Now we're gonna get into physics a little bit. If you go to modeling, you can open the physics scene blending settings. It's at the bottom. You can zoom in to the eye. And here you can actually click and drag, and your eyeball XY should work.
Okay. Physics. I'm sorry. She said.
You can also scroll X warp at 3 keyforms. At 1 for jiggle X, we're gonna expand left and right. And then at -1, we're gonna shrink the sides.
I'm good. I'm
Let's
good.
go like this.
Hopefully you guys
now
are
we're
doing
gonna
good
get
too.
into physics a little
This is hard.
bit. If you go to modeling, you can open the physics scene blending setting.
Oh, it's modeling. I thought it was. Oh, it's okay. She said open physics settings. And then.
It's at the bottom. You can zoom in to the eye. And here you can actually.
Breathing. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. So the skin part, we didn't need it anyway. I'm gonna cry.
Actually click and drag, and your eyeball XY should work. You can also.
Okay. Guys. Guys. Oh my freaking gosh, it's so cute. Hold on, I'm staring into y'all's soul. Oh my god. All my hard work was so worth it. Yes. Yes. Boing, 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 boing. Wait until I become full VTuber, guys. Then you guys are gonna love me for reals. You're gonna laugh and be like, your face. It's like the definition of oh, nobody in YouTube. It's usually nobody in YouTube around this time, surprisingly. But my freaking gosh. It's usually people. Oh my god, guys. People are gonna love me. Oh, la 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Okay. Let me stop playing.
scroll down here, you can see why we like the little parameter labels. It's a lot
Yeah.
easier to see on the physics menu. But you can take your red dots and you can play with it.
Okay. I open. Right eye open. Oh, it works. That's not open yet. Right now, smile. Oh. I'm actually really excited, guys.
You can also go up to here.
How do these people have their cursor like that?
Here, play the scene. You can do these random poses and press play, and it will move it by itself so you can see how it would work in real time.
Okay. Wait. Play the scene. We don't have a play the scene on here. I don't know. Question. Why is the blue highlight not there? It's blue highlight. Hold on. Where are you, blue highlight? Guys, that blue highlight. When you see it, you can't unsee it. No, no, no. How to select blue highlight? Guys, I think it's this one. It is this one! Control Z. Okay, this one needs to... How many do I have of number 2? I thought I had 3 out of nowhere. I was about to say. So, this is when it's like closed and open. Okay. Now modeling, physics settings, hit play. We're gonna go zoom in. Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. Okay, it was just at the wrong layer. I love it. I'm so proud. Oh my god, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna check right now. Since I'm currently doing literally everything but nothing at the same time. I love becoming VTuber. I have 50 followers. Guys, I said specifically on, oh, people reposted. Oh, it was you. Wait. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh. How do I comment? I do. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I wish I had like gifts ready, like if that makes sense. Everybody loves Gojo. I commented. Thank you for shouting me out. Personally, I'm a part-time streamer, so I intend not to have a schedule. I'm gonna open up a Discord server soon for my community. Love it. I'm gonna try to be a part-time streamer and get paid a lot of money through streaming one day. That's my goal. To make art and make VTubers models and all that. So you guys can commission me one day. Full effect. Most likely commission on VTuber models. I'm actually excited. That looks really good. And I learned from this person. Because I honestly, no hate to the other person at all. I'm pretty sure I just got very confused and my stuff just didn't line up right. And sometimes you can use other people's tutorials as long as you're using it for the right areas and it doesn't like glitch really bad. But mine didn't glitch at all when I used her tutorial, so I'm actually really happy. So there's nothing I can say except for just make sure you guys try really hard. Because I tried really hard.
Pretty decent, I guess. It makes it all move at random here. You can see all the dots moving. Since we only have keyframes on these ones, they have the red dot. I'm gonna pause this, reset my parameters to default, and now we're gonna add physics settings for the eye jiggle. I already have a physics.
Okay, cool. So I gotta go back to modeling actually. Physics settings. And we're gonna zoom in, and we're gonna zoom in and make the eye looks nice. Gotta make this a little bigger. Just a little bit, so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. See? Okay. Now we can kind of zoom out, and you guys can actually see the character a little more. Play. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. It blinking. It winking at you. Screenshot win. I'm pretty sure if I like posted on Twitter daily on it, it would be more. I have so much respect. Thank you for the follow. I think it's for YouTube, most likely, or Twitch. I can't really pay attention to which. I forgot which one had the doorbell sound and which one had the funny sound. I forgot. Realistically, I forgot. I think this is. I don't know which one. I think it's YouTube. One of them. But yeah. I wish that I rigged like really good, so then everybody can have their VTuber models, and then nobody has to be a PNG tuber unless they really want to be a PNG tuber. And I'm thinking, when I do like a first model, when I'm actually working on somebody's, I'm probably gonna do that one on stream as well, if they allow me to, depending on who it is. And yeah, but that's gonna be like probably a commission or something like that. But like I said before, I'm gonna, after my model, I'm gonna be working on my friend's model. And then practice from there and make OCs, and then you guys can maybe buy them out or something. I don't know. Something like that. I'll figure something out. But yeah. So pretty much I'm a PNG because I don't want to spend a lot of money when I'm, yeah, understood, because there's no point in spending a whole bunch of money if you're only a part-time streamer, or like any type of streamer that's just there to mess around. If you're not really serious when it comes to your work, like content and all that, like you can't really be mad if you don't have a VTuber model unless you really want to, or anything like that. That goes out for anybody, because there's some people that actually get mad for some reason when they be like, oh, I'm a part-time, but why don't I have VTuber model? And I'm like, do you want VTuber model? You can go get VTuber model, and everybody's waiting for you. And they're like, no, that's too much money. Why they gotta spend that much? But little do they know, the VTuber model person streams every day and draws every day, and this is literally their job. And they probably got a job on the side for this. Just to make sure they get extra money. Which I honestly respect. That's why I decided, hey, if these people can do it, maybe one day I can do it. And I'm like hoping that one day I can actually be a person who draws a lot of stuff and gets a lot of art requests and stuff like that. And maybe one day do furry art. Maybe. I don't know. I just got, the reason why I say no to it is because I'm really bad at it. I tried it when I was younger. I was good. I will be honest, I was really good. But I didn't do amazing like everybody else. So I kind of hid in the corner and just said, I'm just gonna draw more anime human beings with ears. And called it a day. But yeah. Everybody has their niche. At the end of the day, no matter if you're part-time or full-time streamer, as long as you guys are having fun, that's all that matters. And I should probably be ending the stream by now, but I'm gotta, first off, I will be honest, I probably do gotta order food. And because I forgot, I either starve or I forget to cook or starve. I literally have those only options, starve or starve. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you guys can be anorexic or whatever the word is. Yeah. You guys can gain weight if every time you eat something, which is not good either. So, balance. Always eat something. I ate a salad last night. So don't be mad at me, guys. Please don't be. Did you eat today? That should be the question of the day. Did you eat today? Guys, what should I eat? What should I eat? Sub or pizza? That's probably why I asked that question, low-key, just to make sure everybody eats. Hold on, I'm gonna ask my roommate what they wanna eat. Okay, subs it is. Okay, hold on, guys. We're gonna. Guys, hold on. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, we're gonna go back to rigging, because rigging is fun. Okay, lots of beeps, lots of sounds. Okay, she said press play, and then pause it, and then she said reset to default, and then she said go to here.
Keyforms at 1 for
Wait, oops.
I reset my parameters to default, and now we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's what she
add
did.
physics settings for the eye jiggle. I already
Okay.
have a physics preset, just like I had a parameters preset, so I'm just gonna import that really quick. Okay, so I have my eye jiggles here already.
Odin Valhalla
I don't have
Rising,
that.
now available on mobile and PC, exclusively with Google Play
What is that?
Games. Ascend to Valhalla on
I'm gonna show up my settings on the screen, but to add a new group, you're just gonna wanna click add here. You can name it, I just call it eye jiggle. And then for your input preset, you can leave this blank. And then for your physics model preset, you can leave that blank.
And blink, okay. Oh, I did it, guys. I'm so smart.
So now you have a blank canvas here. Everything here might look a little crazy, but trust me, it's simple. You'll get used to it. So first of all, here we have our input settings. The input is what you do to the model. And then the output settings is what the model is going to output. So when we blink, we're going to want our eyes to jiggle. So you're going to add, and then you see all your parameters. Find your eyes, and then select both of your eye opens. You can do separate jiggles. For example, like if you only open one eye, only that eye will jiggle. This is a little simpler because most of the time you're going to be blinking both eyes anyway. So press up.
Oh yeah. So she said.
Okay, and then we're going to
Okay, and then.
have two types here. Position is fine, and then effect is how much it's gonna affect the output. So since we just have two eyes, we're gonna do 50 and 50. The max is 100, and you have to balance them out. And then you're gonna want to go here to the physics model settings, the pendulum settings. We're gonna add two pendulums. Press add twice. Now here are my
Okay, it's not
pendulum
working.
settings. You can
It's not working. She said add 50 and 50, right? What if I have to do the scroll bar? Okay.
we just have two eyes. We're gonna do 50 and 50. The max is 100, and you have to balance them out. And then you're gonna want to go here to the physics model settings, the pendulum settings. We're gonna add two pendulums. Press add twice. Now here are my pendulum settings. You can copy these if you'd like. And then up here, we're gonna go to output.
Wait. I don't know how to do it. Oh, it's in my face. I'm silly. Okay, guys. One, two, three. Wait. We just need to go up one. Okay, there we go. And zero, one. There. I need to add the x angle. Angle -0, 10. Angle. Yeah, it's fine. Quote unquote fine. Because why is it there? Question mark? I copied it. 84, 95, 95.
We're gonna click add, and our output is the eye jiggles. So select.
Wait. Input. Confused.
Because most of the time you're going to be blinking both eyes anyway. So press OK. And then we're going to have two types here. Position is fine. And then effect is how much it's going to affect the output. So since we just have two eyes, we're going to do 50 and 50. The max is 100 and you have to balance them out. And then you're going to want to go here to the physics model settings, the pendulum settings. We're going to add two pendulums. Press add twice. Now here are my pendulum settings. You can copy these if you'd like. And then up here, we're gonna go to output. We're gonna click add.
Output add. That's what. Output add. Now what?
Add, and our output is the eye jiggles. So select both your jiggles.
Do. Hit OK.
Add them in. They should automatically go to pendulum 1 and then the second one pendulum 2. But if not, you can just manually change it to whatever. Now, if you go over to your keyframes, you open your eye. Your eyes should jiggle now. And then that's a add, and our output is the eye jiggles. So select both your jiggles. Add them in. They should automatically go to pendulum 1 and then the second one pendulum 2. But if not, you can just manually change it to
Oh, what the heck?
do whatever. Now, if you go over to your keyframes, you open your eye. Your eye.
Keyframes. Oh, open. We need art open.
Eyes should jiggle now. And then that's a basic.
Hold on. Let me save this. You see how this is all the way over there I think I need 3 keyframes from that. The other person told me 2.
A review of how you would do physics. We'll do more advanced physics later, but for now, there's just a little intro. So you can play around the physics if you'd like, but close out of your physics scene blending settings. Now you can also do extra little things with your eyes. For example, and then that's a basic overview of how you would do physics. We'll do more advanced physics later, but for now, there's just a little intro. So you can play around the physics if you'd like, but close out of your physics scene blending settings.
She said group editing. Okay. And I'm hoping this is okay. But for the eye itself,
Now you can also do extra little things with your eyes.
okay, I'm gonna save it. That's progress we got going on. So I think I'm good from here.
For example, if I'm selecting my pupil, my iris, I'm making a new warp deformer. I'm gonna call this eye open. When my eyes widen, I want my pupils to shrink a little to add more to that shocked effect. So on my eye open warp, I'm gonna add 3 keyframes. And when I go to 2 and my eye is widening, I'm going to Alt, Shift, and click and drag to make my eyes shrink a little. Add that shock factor. Now there's a lot of other fancy things you can do with everything, but that's the basic eye that I do.
Yeah. This is literally our opening and closing. We don't have shock factor. Unless my eye looking like this half the time. Unless the other lady's gonna show us how we do that. So we're gonna go.
If you're wondering how I score top S.
Want to know how to turn your viewers into shoppers? It's simple. It's Shopify.
Blah, blah, blah,
My
blah,
viewers
blah.
are my customers.
And we're gonna move on to eye rigging. First, the eye looks shocked when they open wider, and I'm recording this later, so ignore any corners again.
That kind of looks weird.
And your eye should be moving smoothly. Okay, then I am going to make the eye look shocked when they open wider, and I'm recording this later, so ignore any inconsistencies. So click eye are open, but right click on the name, edit parameter, make the maximum 1.4.
Okay, hold on.
click OK. Then right click maximum 1.4. Click OK. Then right click on the dot area, select and give it 2 keyframes to cover the new maximum we just added. And drag to that key point, deselect iris close again, and just deform the eye to make it open.
Hold on.
Wider.
I might do the other tutorial for this one. This needs to be the shocked. This gets to be the neutral, and this has to be the closed. So, why is that over there? Okay, cool. Watch this. We're going to whatever she selected for iris open and closed.
Give it.
With
Oh my
Lucid,
god.
IT teams don't have to start from square one. Need a work order process?
Fit 2 keyforms. So when naming my layers, I would name this left eye because it's more intuitive for me. Hold B, form the eye closed at that key point. For IR open, we're going to drag it. For IR open, we're going to drag it.
Go to eyelid, that's what it is. I was wondering, I was like, what is it called again? So eyelid. Right. There we go. And that one's there. This one needs to be literally this. So we're just gonna make this the shocked effect. But like I said, we're just gonna have number three. My eyes. Not my eyes, my throat. 3 parameters. So we're just gonna make this one the shocked. I know, crazy, right? It's like an oh, I can't believe I just saw that type of moment, you know? And what we're gonna do is literally just bring this all the way up. You see that? And we're gonna bring a little of this down. This part down. And then we're gonna do B, that's what it was. B. I'm gonna kinda drag it a little more down, just a little bit. Drag it up, just to make everything okay. And we're gonna try to click, and we're going to we're shocked, and then we need a neutral standpoint. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Wait. I think I gotta restart. Again. Look, it's almost 3, and I know I gotta get ready around this time. So... Guess we're not doing that. But we are moving this back up. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we're just gonna move it back up and have it there. Something like that. I tried her way of doing it shocked, but we're just gonna go back and do the other person.
Now we
way.
gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is.
My best to answer. I do use the pro version of Live 2D and make them all rainbow. Pretend, open that, and then voila, all of my parameter presets are now in. To the very bottom layer, hold down Shift, select my very last layer, and then we're gonna go up to heat. For example, the body, the neck, and the neck shadow, and now to the middle. And it tells you right here that's out. What we're gonna do is rig this entire eye, and then we're gonna copy it and flip it over to the other eye so it's symmetrical. If your eyes are both completely super different in both shape and form and just everything, that won't work for you. But if your eyes are just the same, even if you have different iris colors or whatnot, as long as everything else outside the pupil is the same, it will be pretty easy to just flip it over, and then you'll have 2 eyes rigged, super symmetrical, super easy, taking the time of rigging just 1 eye. So go over to wherever you put your eyes in, and first I like to separate my left and right eye.
You already separated?
Putting both eyes into their own folder also helps with the reflection process. But let's focus on 1 eye now. Either one works. Whichever you're more comfortable looking at. I always do this eye. And they're also going to open up the eye parameter folder layers with arrows instead of left or right because it gets confused. This is because if you right click and click edit parameter, my ranges are different. Your maximum is probably just 1. I changed mine to a maximum of 2. You don't have to if you don't want to. Basically, the 0 means your eye is closed. 1, the default, is when your eye is just open. And then for 2, or you can put 1.5, that's when your eyes are open, like you're surprised or shocked. Just adds more expression into the eye. So you can change the maximum to 2 or 1.5, as a lot of people like to do. Just press OK, and then your dot should turn to the middle. And it tells you right here that it's at 1. If we go over here, it's at 0. If we go here, it's at 2. So before we can rig any of these to open and close, we need to add art mesh onto it. Select your art, any layer will do, and you can click on the auto mesher, and the automatic mesh generator should pop up. And you should have 3 presets: standard, little, and heavy. Usually I'd go with standard, so if you just click on it, it will make a little mesh.
Do I gotta restart? Did you do all the art alone? Yes, I did. I did all of this by myself. Basically, I did all the art by myself, and I rigged everything by myself. Well, not by myself. I did have a tutorial literally in front of me. I did that basically by myself, and it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. I think I'm going to have to follow her eye tutorial. I see you. The cat meowing. I think I'm just gonna have to follow her tutorial. And I'm just gonna do that next stream because honestly, it seems a little more easier and it probably would be way much easier to do rather than me going into the other person's tutorial, which is way harder in my definition, in my eyes or whatever. So all I'm gonna do is pretty much follow the tutorial right in front of me next stream and then go from there, because it's very hard. I'm probably just gonna have to restart the eye, which is no biggie in my eyes. Yeah. Pretty much that's it. I will see you guys next stream, which is literally tomorrow. So bye bye!